What's up, Kabul fans? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back as we're continuing to break down Mobile Masters Grand Finals. We've got Q9 playing up against Galorys. We've done map 1, we've done map 2. They're both in the channel. Make sure you go check them out. But now we're jumping into the Control, a mode that, you know, as we kind of look through World Championships up, China kind of came in with a lot of weaknesses to the event itself in the Control. Some misunderstandings, not fully playing around the objective, doing a lot more stuff, playing for kills, playing for spawn traps that really punish them, especially on the map that we have here. Raid Control is what we're going to jump into. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna go right in. So let's just do it. Let's just jump right into it. And we've got Galorys on the offense first. Good smoke. Love it. Surely someone's watching that. Perfect. Okay. Great start here for Galorys. I love that setup. Just like opening break-off wise. Let's go backwards and just watch it real quick. I love opening setups that look like this. I just think the more space you can get right off the get-go, the better. It does feel like just kind of watching map 1, watching map 2. Galorys are really trying to force the issue, put a little bit of tempo up. And this opening smoke is beautiful. We love this. Blocks off pillars. You get a 3-man hit, taking control of laundry on the staircase. Player in the back just needs to make sure nobody pushes through in either of these, and you should at least guarantee yourself a tick pending you don't get out-traded. So, really good.
Sitting on that stage.
Great opening setup. Double trophies are also down. You can kind of see them spinning there for a moment, and then you clear out laundry. The B zone should be gone here. B should be just completely taken. There's no way they lose this. Good stack. You're gonna get 220 on the clock. Perfect. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Okay, so what do you do to respond? Just quickly, again, this is a lot of breakdown really early, but what do you do to respond to that if you're on the defensive side? You have to chalk it. You have to rotate out. But where do you rotate out? Pivotal spots that we look for to set up an A defense. Bedroom control, first and foremost. It kind of forces spawns to have to be on the north side of garage, and it forces the hand of either having to go all the way around or fighting battles at mid, which brings us to our second spot. I love to see defenses control bedroom and at least water stairs, if not the majority of the middle of the map. If you could set up a line of scrimmage that looks like this, you're usually going to be in a pretty happy spot, just generally speaking, because the hit has to come around that. It's very easy to pick up on it because as soon as they get towards jungle side, you can track backwards, watch the spiral staircase. You can watch it through mid window. You can back up into kitchen. There's just so many options to fortify and kind of avoid a spawn trap while continually forcing the offense to have to spawn up and either go that long route or take tough battles at mid. Love it. So good stuff on one hand, good stuff looking like it's about to happen here for Q9 on the other. There's the motion through pool. Looks like Mao Chi is going to make the move over towards bottom bedroom at least. Good focus through kitchen. We're also working on that water staircase control. And this is exactly what we're talking about. You know, as far as the defense is concerned, you got a player at staircase. You got a player what looks to have been all the way to top bedroom. Someone anchoring at the bottom of basketball, staying safe from any possible push that does come through bottom staircase on the spiral stair here. And also the ability to kind of help out if someone does see information on a player that jumps into sight either through money window or through the jump cutout. So good options here. The biggest thing if you're looking at this from Q9 is just don't get put into a bit of a spawn trap here. Don't allow Galorys to stay in towards jungle for too long. Okay, and this is where things become a little more problematic. So the setup doesn't really fully work out in terms of defending against this push. Player at mid-water tries to come back in. He gets dealt with. The player in the corner also gets dealt with. Now you're spawning laundry. But this is why I say bedroom control is so important. All it takes is a look and a little pop through to at least give yourself some trades. And with the concentrated spawn up, the squad spawn here, surely the retake will be through jungle. Try to get a little bit of backdoor control and see if you can work your way back in towards money. So great string here from Galorys. The kills are significant, but there are good options here for Q9 to work their way back in.
This is perfect. They've got complete
good reclamation of stairs, good reclamation of basketball. It's going to cost a tick. And now you've regained mid control. So here's the thing, and this is already, I think, a bit of a miscue. Let me go backwards. This is where I think there's a bit of a miscue. If you look towards the life count, 7 life lead, minute 56 on the clock, you could TDM this a bit. I think if you're looking at this from Galorys' perspective. I don't know, and I understand, I do. Let me just put this in perspective. You just found a lot of success on this back hit. You got on, you got 1 tick of progress, and you're still feeling like you could actually work your way quickly to get back to zone to see if you can put more pressure on the objective, which is fair, but the concentrated spawn towards laundry and the follow-up that comes through both sides now gives them money control, kitchen control, and basketball control. They can defend any forward hit pretty easily. I would have loved to have seen off spawn someone try to get some more mid control and put pressure on this kitchen setup rather than just trying to flood from the front with staggered numbers. Because even though the kills were very convincing and pretty clean from the side of Galorys, the proximal spawns will always still favor the defense. They're always going to get there with more numbers faster. So I think this is a moment to where, because Q9 has to reinforce the point because of how successful the hit from the back was, you should know that there's an opening at mid. And you can even play this very safe, get to top ring, and then play into mid if you want to scope it out first. Maybe players off spawn can come through Zig to help that. And then you can just sit over towards, you know, beach chairs and top bedroom just to make sure that you kind of have Q9 a bit bottled. Instead of setting up something that looks, you know, like this, now they're set up, you know, kind of more like this, which is not ideal. You don't get a good read on what the setup looks like. So this feels like we're about to throw away a couple of lives here with this forced play over towards A. And I'll say this much. If this 1v1 at mid doesn't go the way of Galorys, they could be potentially spawn trapped again. This player can get like in towards red, wait for a delay, come around the back. They can also just kind of watch through the top side of stairs. It's just going to be so hard to funnel through this if that 1v1 goes poorly for the side of Galorys. Yeah, okay. So we went from a 7 life difference to a 6. Not the end of the world. We've got kitchen control. Wait for help. Perfectly done here for Galorys. Tons of time on the clock. No need to do anything too crazy. Q9's aware of this. And wow. Good bait and switch. Oh, off the reload, you get more. That's just better trading right there, flat out, if you're Q9. But again, look at the motion on the map. I mean, first of all, Sun can do whatever he wants. I normally hate seeing sniper rifles in control, but if Sun keeps hitting shots like this, he can just sit here and pick people apart. That just, so deadly. But after the reclamation of basketball and some kitchen control, the next focus is to make sure we have full kitchen control. Again, you get that push through into mid. You get a read after the player dies that they're still hitting here. Off spawn, we're recontesting. And now it's not just that we've won back kitchen and mid, we're also getting top ring control. So now we're setting up a defense that looks like this, which is not good news for Galorys. We're down to a 2 life differential after being up 7. And look at this. This is so annoying.
I love this one, G-Nut.
And the thing about it is we're down to a 9v9. The clock isn't going to make a difference at all. Like, Galorys could have just simply zoned out the map. And if they would have held their 7 life advantage, if they were just to play trades, we'd be looking at an 8v2 right now. At worst, right? 8v1. If you just traded better. So now you're in desperation mode because we go back to the setup and we've got what? We've got bedroom control. We've got a player watching mid. But the thing about it is Q9 really do have mid control here because Galorys don't know who's there after that play from Shinan gets in towards Jim. So their only option is to do what we labeled in the beginning of this, is to take the long route because they don't want to take costly gunfights here looking at an 8v8. So you have to make the play deep around the back just to give yourself an avenue because you know you've got nothing here anymore. This is not what you want. This could crumble very quickly. The only way you get through this is if you can just flat out overwhelm whatever defense is here. Nades don't look to be landing. Trophy system down. We'll keep this mostly safe. Good first, but Q9 still holds on to jungle. Freely. Gotta trade it. Gotta trade it. Gotta trade it. And now the clock is the issue. I think it's just a little bit of a miscomm or misfocus in what we wanted to do there after the quick capture over at B and some success towards A with the life lead being as big as it was. I think you just need to focus on playing the map, playing for kills. You've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds and a 7 life advantage. 22 plays 15. Make that more punishing. 15 with 220 to defend? It's not enough lives. It's not enough lives to defend. How about this? Bold call through smoke. Q9 getting onto A. And this feels very China-like from the side of Galorys. We're pushing through B. We've got a player at mid. And this is all about trying to set up the spawn trap. This is the Zim trap, which I said I was going to make a video on and never did. This is about trying to set up the Zim trap in a way. Bottle it first, and then force the spawns to have to be up this direction. Only problem here is this is taking so much of the focus away that we actually don't have anyone to contest the A zone. So first tick is already gone. You've got Q9 already on operators. Gravity Vortex gun is out. That's being spent here at mid. You've also got the ability, well, Sun's got one, Uling's got one, and they're both kind of trapped right now in towards spawn, so we don't anticipate seeing those very early on. Just double stack in. Yeah, I will say, kind of remembering the Chinese raid controls from Champs, and before that, leading up to Champs, their objective focus is so much better already. Decent exchange. Do we get the third? Okay, well done. Complete the third tick, and now once again, You're in a good spot here if you're Galorys. You're dealing with a 3 life advantage. You've got a player through gym, so you have to know that the only focus here is coming from bedroom side. I think this is a little bit too passive here from Hen. I think you need to be getting forward because you've already got a player at mid, so you're really not watching anything right now. I think you need to get up, and if anything, get up and get over towards money window. That's the only opening right now. Poki's going to come off spawn with an SMG, so I figure that he's going to probably take one of 2 routes, but I think you got to get going right now if you're Hen.
And they're sticking at it over
Oh, they're going for the spawn trap again. They're not playing for the A defense. They're playing for the spawn trap. So here it is. This is the trap. You should be blocking here. Should be blocking here. Should force Q9 to spawn here. Let's see if that happens.
And this is now going to be a problem finding his way over, but he does want to make sure he does find some decent value. He's going to get caught from behind though.
Oh.
Find him.
One player did spawn waterfall, and now Hen's kind of stuck. Yeah, it was number 2. I think Sun actually spawns like right here in front of waterfall, and then turns, finds the player at AC. And while your teammates are pushing forward, this is almost the exact same situation that I remember watching and brewing a breakdown of Wolves, where it's just like, why are we playing for a spawn trap when we're losing objective convincingly? Like, I understand it. You're trying to set yourself up to get spawn kills here. But the thing is, like, if Q9 get this zone and then wrap back over to Laundry, they're essentially doing the same thing to you and forcing you to spawn bottom. And as long as these players can just get out of gym, this is a wide open and vacant B site. This looks like it could crumble very quickly if the kills don't go well. Yeah, Q9 is now setting up the spawn trap of their own. And it's just like, again, I don't mean to like point fingers, but like, what the hell do we anticipate doing here? As a solo player, you got to get back. You got to get back and take street control, art control, do something to force the spawns just to be in a more inconvenient position if you're Hen. One player does spawn gym. Okay. And this is fine. Okay. Good rotate back. Whenever we talk about B setups on the defensive side, we often want to try to force the spawns down low and see what we could do to try to keep some focus at mid without losing Laundry spawns. So there's a lot that needs to be done here. Even though on one side of this setup, there is success building for Galorys, they are under pressure here in the back, and we still have to reclaim this back area because we're spawning basketball, which is not what we want for the defensive side. Okay, things are resetting. Where are we? What in the world is going on down at the bottom of the map? What is happening down here? Why are we going this direction? What is happening? Where are we going? Where are we going? What the actual hell are we doing? Excuse me? What is this? Why are we here? What are we looking for? That's a free tick gone. I don't know what we're doing down there. But the thing is, like, we can't make this play. We can't come down here and come down here, because what does that do? It allows Q9 to spawn up here, and it forces you to spawn down here. That's like the worst possible condition. Like, did we just like forget how to play raid control? This is terrible. And now you're forcing Hen to have to try to hold on with the purifier, and he's just like hoping and praying he doesn't just get seen, which he does. I don't know what the hell that was, but that was bad. Moment of reset, but another life lead completely thrown away by Galorys. Oh no. Now War Machine can just stay in the back of sight, make sure no one peeks through Laundry. Second tick is gone with the double stack. Ulin just needs to stay alive, wait for help. 6v5.
Q9 win this, they'll be in for a really good moment.
Okay.
4v4.
Yay!
Couple of kills, Sun is exploding, and Galorys now down to the last couple of players.
Yay!
Okay, he gets shut down as well. Choice but to bring the equalizers out here to 1 versus 4. There's one towards the point, can't even touch it in time. Sun wins the round for Q9.
Bruh.
Does this happen?
Okay, so 5-man stack. This feels like a frustration call, by the way, for what it's worth. 5-man hit towards A. How do we actually successfully pull this off? Because when we do this, we have to know that we've given up any potential early flank through B and all mid control. So you have to force the issue up top at window, and in particular towards money window. If you can control those 2 positions, you can find some good progress on this A zone. And you have to do what is being done right now, which is also watch this flank. Great freaking smoke. Who throws that smoke? Are you kidding me? Who throws a smoke like this? That is freaking unreal. What a heads up smoke call. That has to be from Q9. saying we know we need to get back to the zone. We know someone's probably looking at us right here with an AR or something over the top of Hot Tub. So let's smoke it and push it.
Potentially 3-0 down.
Yeesh. And they get the isolation.
Galorys.
Wow.
Just don't look like the same start.
And the claw.
Whatsoever, and we know how that one went down. Q9 now in total control. C9.
Jesus.
Thing. That's 4 now.
And now this is what you do. This is correct. You use the claw. You get into the back. You got mid-map control. You've got forward laundry control. This is where it gets messy. Gravity Vortex gun out for Yang. Get out of my zone. Holy crap.
He has help from his teammates too.
That is just straight discipline. Straight discipline and preparation for Q9.
No, absolutely not.
What a different team from December. Good bounce back, though, for Galorys. So, would have loved to have seen him get that kill at Art. Good chase. Good moment of collection here for Galorys. Considering they just got red on that play, that rotate back to B, good response. To at least get 2 ticks. You don't have to rush here. Oh, there's just a sniper difference, huh? I mean, and look at the dude. It's one of those things like you can credit Galorys for getting to 2 ticks back at B, but like we said at the beginning of the video, mid-map control, all in favor of Q9. You still have 1 player at bedroom that's making life miserable for this rotation. This guy here can hit a quick pinch, and you've got pillar control because of this mid control. You cannot play raid control on the outsides of the map only. You just can't. You can't do it. The retake towards A from this push through with the smoke, brilliant. You never get rid of mid control. A player sneaks forward. You know the next hit's going to go towards B. You've got laundry control. You've got pillar control. You get a player not once, but I think twice around the back on the flank to kind of re-clear things. And then you still have a player at mid. Beautiful. And then as soon as the read comes out, you can make this decision if you're Shinan. Do I want to support, make sure they don't get the zone, or do I want to stay here and watch the pinch? He decides to play through mid. It does slow down Galorys a touch, not dramatically, but a touch. Grades are good for Galorys. Okay. Clock should stop here, but you're at to work on a fresh tick of progress. And honestly, we see this a lot in the CDL. We saw it in Cold War. We see it even now, is when you have to get a full bit of progress, you have to get a full 60 because the clock is running out, and you need to get a full zone. Someone off spawn has to start making a play for B. The thing about this is, like, coming off spawn, you say your only option is to go back towards A, so we need to get someone there to stop the clock, but our focus needs to be to get the extra 60 seconds on the zone that's almost done. That's the only real option I think you have right here, and I would have loved to have seen these 2 players try to rework back as soon as this player gives his life up through mid, rework back, 1 player through mid, 1 player over towards B, and try to get this zone captured. Just try to teamwork it out. Because you're not going to get a full 60 here with 6 lives. And again, these Q9 smokes are so good. It just isolates things so darn nicely. And look at this. They're just pushing right on in. Okay. So we do kind of eventually get this play up top here. Little sneak through. They don't see Sun. He turns around, gets the snipe, and now you're screwed.
It's just a prerequisite of what you gotta do to win this round. You gotta go for the child.
Yeah, that is too good from Q9, flat out. But once again, it's one of those moments. We'll bring this back. It's one of those things, like, as soon as you start to realize that you are out of options, you have to come off spawn and make a play over towards A where there's no progress being done whatsoever. I think you have to get a couple players off spawn to go and actually get the extra 60. You get the extra 60, this round becomes very winnable, as all of the other ones had been previously for Galorys. Galorys didn't use operators? Wait, really? Oh, no, you're right. Oh, that's another moment you kind of look at and say, uh-oh. Yeah, that is tough. You have Annihilator, War Machine, Purifier. Yeah, Purifier. That is tough, too. I didn't notice that. Good catch. But even still, it's like, it's one of those situations that even with the operators out, you're still dealing with the same circumstances of having to trade through, and you can kind of see it there at the end. There's smokes all over the place. Like, you're not going to find value off of it. It's just one of those things. We see it a ton in the CDL. As soon as you're out of options, and like the clock is your biggest opponent, you have to play for the objective control, and trying to get a full 60 done on a zone that is not captured at all it's just too desperate. At this level in grand finals of an international event, you have to play to where your advantages are, which is You've successfully gotten players to A. It's pulling the defense back over towards A, but off your next set of spawns, you have to commit to getting the extra 60. You're just not going to win the round trying to out-trade into the defense on a zone that is barely captured at all. So, tough scenes, quick map, and I will say Q9's improvements on control, immensely better than what we saw in December during grand finals, not Grand Finals, but at World Championships and playoffs in particular. So, really good stuff. That's the raid. We've got one more map to go. So make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other ones if you missed it to this point. Catch you back next time. Bye-bye.